Hello, 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 good afternoon. I'm still pulling up everything, but I know people are also still getting notified. I know I sent a text message earlier. Let's get the invite, because I got to get that pinned. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Jen. Welcome to Jenetics Creations. We are in the middle of a crochet project, and we are definitely going to get going and continue that. But if you are someone that likes to get connected with a lot of other stitchers and get patterns and learn crochet, and you just want to nerd out and just really like get involved in a crochet community, I'm going to be dropping a link in the chat. It'll be pinned. It does expire. If you need a new one,
https://discord.gg/swzbrh3h.
if you are one of my viewers that are watching this after this is live and it is expired, just throw a comment in the chat. I'll create a new link for you. What's up, Letty? Can you hear me loud and clear? This is Attack Mike 1212. And I know there's a delay. We have talked about our Janebot not being like the best, but it is an upgrade from the other one, and unfortunately I think it's YouTube that's a little bit on the slower side and not my software. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get connected with some other streamers and see what they do. But while I'm waiting for that response, this is part 2 of what's probably going to be a 3-part on the Santa Hat project. I will update the thumbnail and all of that so it coordinates. If you guys missed part 1, you can always go back to the Get Hooked playlist. All of my classes are available for replay. So that means that you never really miss a thing. And you can always get caught up. And then so this week we are taking what we started, our brim, our Bobble Brim, and we're going to be connecting it. We're going to be doing a base row, and then we're going to start.
LOL.
Yes! There is a delay. My goodness. Oh, I've got to see how we can fix that. But anyway, and then we're going to take red, and I'll start showing you guys how I work the decreases to make it as long as I do. Now, that part is a little bit, let's see here. I do have a finished one that I can show you, but that part is a little bit of a mad... there's not really a surefire way, because what I end up doing is I decrease and then I kind of measure and I adjust as I go. So I'm going to give you guys as much guidance as I can, and then if you're in our Court of Disses, you guys can always ask me for more questions. If you're not, again, the link is in the chat. It's free. Please get in there because it just helps us coordinate your guys' projects better. Even when people buy my patterns, I encourage them to get into it because it's the best way to get, you know, support, questions, and also just get connected with other stitchers. What's up, Wendy? How are you? Okay, so we're doing part 2 of this. Okay, in part 1, we started with our base row, and then we started working our bobbles, and it was like a 5-row repeat because we did our 3 bobbles, then our 2, our 3, 2, and we did that all the way around. So I think it goes without saying, when you come to this last row, you want to end on 2. I don't know if I technically covered that in part 1, so if you've already crocheted a row of 3, go ahead and frog it. You might, or do a row of 2 right now so that you can you can have it where when we do the seam, it'll meet a little bit more consistent with the pattern. If that messes up your measurement, remember, you guys, there's going to be a lot of stretch. So if you want to err on the smaller side, that might help. You don't want it too loosey-goosey, because with the weight of the hat, it's going to pull it down. I only know this because I wear mine a lot, and I probably made it a little bit too big. So, that being said, hopefully I've covered everything. So, part 1, we started with the bobbles. We went up. You should have something that's roughly 19 inches, or if you're doing my tried and true measurement, where it wraps around with a little bit of stretch. We are still using the eye hook, which is a 5.5. I think that's what I was using. I might have even done something smaller. Do you remember, Letty? Did I do something different? I don't see another hook here, so I'm pretty sure it was the eye hook that I was using. I am supposed to be using my stitch indicators, and I am failing. I am being a bad stitcher, but don't do what I do. Mark your stuff. Mark your stuff. If you don't know, they carry stitch indicators, and I have them sitting right here. We're not going to talk about that, but they have the letters on them, or you can even find some with numbers and stuff like that, so you have, when you take stuff off of a project like I do a lot, you can hook it. And so if you guys don't know, find some. I used to have a go-to person, but she got too busy and put her shop on hold. So, but yes, they exist. Go on Etsy, search stitch markers and find some with the letters or the numbers. But any hoosers. That's
H-hook.
Total H-hook? Shoot! Where's my H hook? I'm glad. Thank you. That's not the one I thought I found. That's an F. That's an F. We're going to have a dilemma, aren't we? Okay, so we should be on an H hook. Thank you. Clearly my students pay more attention than I do. Where is my H hook? I usually have it right with the project. And I don't... Oh, did I use it for... I might have used it over here. Well, bummer. What am I going to do? I'm going to probably just use my F hook. So I'm going to size down because this is going to be a looser stitch. That's a bummer. It's a blue one too, huh? I like that one a lot, so I'm going to have to find it. Let me just double check this one right here. Otherwise, I'm going to use an F. That one is a G. Wait, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's closer. That's closer. Come on, Jen. Get with the program. Okay, so, oops, I just hit the thing. All right, so I'm going to use a G, size down 1. But, yeah, you guys continue using the H. That's fun. Man, don't you hate it when you lose a hook? And it's probably just under all this yarn and chaos that I have on my desk. Okay, I digress. We're moving on. Okay, so now that you've done the 19 inches or however much it wraps around your head, you're going to put the right side. This is the right side. This is the wrong side. This is the poo-poo side. This is the pretty side, okay? And you're going to put that on the inside because then we're going to seam it and then we're going to flip it. These are legit terms. So go ahead and we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to match up our stitches. So try to find, let's see, these were single crochets. So we're going to go into the base of that chain. But first we got to go through this one. So go through this one. Boom. And then boop. And yes, we've talked about my sound effects. We can keep them going. We'll see. And we're going to slip stitch. So pull over, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook. And you're going to do that all the way around. I'm grabbing both loops. Some people like to grab back loop only or whatever. I want it to be a fairly tight seam, so I'm okay with grabbing both. Again, this is why I also like doing the foundation chain on the beginning because it makes these super easy to line them up and have a good idea of where your seam is going. You should only have to do 11. If you're doing more, you're probably going into the side a little bit. You can count. I'm not gonna lie. I confess, I'm not counting. I can't believe I can't find my H hook. I'm stuck on that, you guys. Can someone pass me one?
It's so pretty.
Does anyone have an extra one I can borrow? Wouldn't that be cool? And thank you. What's up, Becky? Becky, I lost my H hook. I'm sad. I'm going to need to find it because it's going to irritate me. And knowing me, I'm probably going to end up, like, frogging part of this just to, like, redo it with H hook. No, I won't. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I might. I won't do the white part. I think that's going to be okay. Okay, we're getting to that last one, so make sure we don't forget both loops on that. And then both loops here. And you should be there. So now I want to chain 1 because we are going to do...
somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right? Knowing my luck, I'm like, did I take it downstairs? I wonder if I did. Ooh, I might have because I was going to make those ornaments. It's downstairs. At least oh, wait. No, I brought that thing up. Are you in here, Mr. H hook? Oh, I have an extra hook, is it? Nope, that's a pen. Okay, well, it was a good old college try, right? Okay, nope, we're proceeding. We are going to proceed with our G hook. Nah. Okay, well, anyhoosers.
Light bulb moment.
Right? Okay, so now we're going to chain 1. One thing that should be nice is you guys know I like to crochet my ends in as I go because I hate sewing in at the end. So you should have this one at the same spot. But be careful, don't accidentally crochet with it. So pull it tight, do your thing. right? Now, technically we're going to turn, and I want you to flip this inside out at the same time. Oops, I hit the camera. Sorry about that. That's what happens. That's what happens. Okay, so we finished it. We've chained one. You should be here. And I know it's white, so it's a little hard to see. I'll try to tilt it. Okay. And then you're going to rotate it open. So your hook will still be on top right here, but our right side is now facing out. You'll have a seam right there. It'll be minimized because we've maintained the pattern, and you should be good to go. Okay? I'm gonna work, just kind of clean up your yarn and get it to the right side, because I'm gonna be working to the right. We could turn if you guys really wanted to, but there's no point in it because we're gonna end up just working in a spiral the rest of the time. So just, if it puts a little extra twist on the chain, it's okay. It's not counting as a stitch, so you're okay. Or shoot, I can even undo it a little bit. There we go. There we go. I untwisted it. There you go. For anyone out there that's like super like, my OCD can't handle it, I fixed it for you. You're welcome. That's you. Okay. Now we're going to single crochet around. And because these rows are a single crochet height, even though they have bobble stitches in them, the height of the overall row, and I'm just trying to explain crochet so you learn, is still a single crochet height, because in between the bobble stitches are a single crochet. So that's your height of the row. Whenever you have that and you do a side border, typically you're doing 1 stitch per a row, or some people recommend 3 stitches for every 2 rows, because you don't want to do too many or too little along this path, or you're going to end up kind of cinching it in or bowing it out. So I don't know which one we're going to do. We're likely going to do 3 stitches for every 2 rows. I tend to prefer that one. As I go, I'm going to be stitching over this just so it saves me work later. So I'm going to go into this first stitch right here. This is my first row. I'm going to single crochet. I would recommend not changing to red yet. And the reason why is it will create an uneven change, and I wish I had something to show you what it would look like, but I'm very picky about this part, so I tend not to do it. Maybe I'll only do 1 stitch every row. Maybe we'll do 1 stitch every row? I like those 2 spots. 1, 2. It's going to end up being 3 every 2 rows, because I like that spot. And I like these natural spots to stitch in. So yeah, I'm just finding all of those. I actually might, I don't know if it's coming up to like, it's doing about 3 to every 2 rows, maybe a little bit more. Again, you could always intentionally size down on your hook to minimize the likelihood of it changing it too. I know I'm doing it by accident, but you could if you felt like it was going to help it maintain a consistent tension. And I'm just doing single crochets. I don't know if I said that. Single crochets all the way around, which if you're new and you've never done a single crochet, first off, go back to part 1 because you're going to do a lot of them right there. But again, single crochet is just inserting the hook, pulling up 1, pulling up 2. Almost every stitch, if you learn your basics, single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, and I have tutorials on all 3 of those stitches, that will get you so many patterns under your belt. Like, you'll be able to do a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't read patterns, I'm so new to crochet, and I'm like, honestly, you only need to learn those 3 stitches to get a lot going. You can make so many things with those stitches alone. Now, I've crocheted this for a little while. I don't need to be crazy with it, so I'm going to cut it. Plus, I don't like having strands drawn through your project, because then as you wear it and you continue stretching it, that strand's just going to pull back further into it over time, and then it's going to start sticking out. So don't carry it through more than you have to. Some would argue don't carry it through at all and just go back through and sew it in, but I'm an efficient stitcher. I don't like to weave in ends if I don't have to. Alright, and then we're going to continue. So continue with your single crochet all the way around. And I know a few people have dropped in. Welcome, welcome. If anyone has any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. It will read them out loud to me. I won't miss them. I teach crochet on the regular. Thursdays we have another class at 2 o'clock, so feel free to subscribe. And Thursday we're going to be learning another ornament. And if you've never tried reading crochet diagrams, we're going to be using a diagram. So you'll learn how to use them and kind of get acclimated. But if you're like, oh my god, that's overwhelming, don't worry, I'll be demonstrating it all too, so you can just go off of what I'm doing. And you can turn those into ornaments! Or at least that's what I think I'm going to do with mine. I know Grace was going to make some more too. I feel like I'm doing kind of 2 stitches per row. This is a little weird. I'm only getting away with it though because I have a smaller hook. So just letting you guys know as we kind of do this together. How are you guys doing? Are you getting close all the way around? That's pretty even. I kind of test the tension. If I see it doing this, I need to go back and decrease the amount of stitches that I'm doing. If I see it doing this, I need to go back and increase the amount of stitches I'm doing. So I'm just testing it as I go, kind of seeing it. Does it look like it's staying consistent? I know a lot of times with crochet, we want all the patterns to be like clear cut, do this 5 times, do this 10 times. Sometimes when you get into some of these projects, it's not always that easy, especially when you start going rogue. And I encourage you guys to go rogue. That's how all the cool things get created. It doesn't have to be that scary. I find there's a lot of people I meet that find it easier to go rogue than to read a pattern, which I find it's way backwards. Going rogue, it can be very intimidating to me. Let's get more yarn. We're almost done with the white though, guys. Get ready for red. It's gonna be pretty.
I'm at the end.
Sweet! Okay, on the last stitch, we're gonna change. So don't slip stitch yet. If you did, back up a little bit because we want to do a clean color change. And if you were reading a pattern, here's where it would say switch to color B. And what we're going to do is, that was my last single crochet, but notice I didn't finish the single crochet, right? I'm supposed to yarn over and pull through one more. But whenever you change colors, the best way is to pull through that last loop with your second color or your color B. So we're going to cut color A. Boom. I've got color B lined up. Oh, I thought I got lucky and had one. It's not. Okay, well, now we get to do this live. Let's hope. Oh, and it's a pounder. Let's hope we have a good center pull, guys. Let's hope. Okay. It's going to come out this way easier. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'll give that, like, I don't know, like a 4 out of 10? A 3 out of 10? Nah, 4. I give it a 4. That could have been way worse. Totally thought I was prepped. There's what happens. Welcome to live. Okay, so you're going to grab your color B. In my case, it's obviously red. I know some people were talking about doing some elf hats and stuff like that, so you might want to throw in some greens. Honestly, I've also seen some people do, I don't know if it's still a trend or not, but last year I saw people doing some blue, like sky blue and white. So, yeah, for all of those that are out there that are like, ooh, I want to make a Santa hat, it doesn't always have to be just red and white. Because I have seen a lot of really cute things going on. Okay. If you've never learned a half double crochet, you're going to do a lot of them. So get ready to learn that stitch. All I'm doing is I'm kind of taking the same amount of length. It doesn't have to be precise. I just tend to, I think it's my OCD. Let's just say it is. What's up, Mrs. Tubman?
Oh,
all right.
so pretty.
I'm holding it and I'm pinching it. Oh my god. Okay. And then we're going through there. Ooh, should we have slip stitched? Maybe we're supposed to slip. Hold on. Brain fart. We're going to actually pull the slip stitch through. I take that back. We're going to change colors slightly differently. So go back, get your 2 loops. Let's go ahead and pull through, finish that, and now we're going to slip stitch to the beginning. And that's what we're going to pull through with red. Not thread, red, duh. Sorry, I realized that sounded. So I'm just going to lay it over. I'm going to hold it with my thumb so I can treat it as if it's connected. And that white was supposed to stay out of the way. And we're going to slip stitch right there. Okay? Now, if you hate knots, I'm sorry, look away, pretend you just go check the time real quick. Check the time real quick. I don't know, throw your clothes in the dryer, whatever it is you got to do, just step away for like 10 seconds. If you guys like knots, go ahead and tie it now. That way we can keep stitching. And for all those who walked away, boom, nothing happened. There's nothing to see here. You're good. You can come back. Okay. Now we're going to chain one. And we're going to start half double crocheting. Yes, it's a verb, around. If you have a stitch marker, keep one on hand, because what we're going to start doing is every 3 or 4 rows we're going to incorporate a decrease. And you might want to actually have like 4 stitch markers or 3 stitch markers, whatever makes you feel better, but I'll show you how I use them. Again, the way I decrease in this hat is kind of tailored to how tall my person is. It's not a science. So you're going to have to decide how long you want to make your Santa hat, and I'll go ahead and give you the measurements of mine. As you can see, this one is super long. And to get this length, I'll give you hardcore measurements so you have something to work with at home. Let's see, we're going. It is about 34 inches. The red part is about 34 inches long, okay? So I'm giving you reference. That's what I did. Some people are going to be like, you know what? I think I'm good with 25. Like, so you're going to want to tailor it to your desired length. Thank you, Adelina. Hi. Okay, so we're going to start with half double crochets. If you've never done one before, here's how you're going to do it, and you're going to do one in every single stitch across. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up one, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, and now you're going to pull through all 3 of those loops. Okay? Yarn over, next stitch, pull up one, pull up all 3. And we're going to do that all the way around. Yarn over, pull up one, pull up 3. We're going to turn this into a spiral so you will never have to count rows. It's kind of a nice brain dead part of the project. So you're welcome for all of those who love the monotony that you're about to unfold. But it can be kind of liberating at the same time. And what I plan on doing is we're going to decrease every 3 rows. But what I found is that when I did every 4 rows, I would then start decreasing every 3 rows and eventually every 2 rows as it got longer, because I was like, this is going to be a ridiculously long hat. So I'm hoping that the 3 rows will get us a little bit more of a manageable, predictable, tapered effect. And I usually do 3 decrease stitches in every decrease row. I know that's a lot. So we're going to do 3 of these rows, and on the third row, I will show you guys how I decrease, and we'll go from there. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. Welcome in anybody who's been stopping by. On Tuesday, we do pop-up lives, and we've just been working on this project together, so there's not a whole lot of like structure to it, but you're always welcome to jump in and join in. If you want to catch up on any previous segments, that is all still available for replay. So you have a ton of free tutorials available in the Get Hooked playlist. What's up, Ara? I'm glad you're here. Are you adulting? Adulting is good. And then on Thursdays, we do a little bit more of a structure. Well, I don't know. I guess it's not really any more of a structured class, but same thing. We pick projects. And this Thursday, we're going to be doing another snowflake. And if you've ever wanted to try reading diagrams, we're using one. So you're going to get a lot of new skills. This part's going to feel like it lasts forever, Letty.
Yes, LOL.
Adulting is good. I wish I did more adulting this morning. I'll get there. Although lately I've been doing a lot of it at night, and it's been kind of nice. But I would like to do more lives at night. I don't know. I feel like life, I never have enough time to do the things that I want to do, let's be real. And yet somehow you'll find moments where you waste time and you're like, what in the heck? Ugh, the conundrums of adulting, I guess. Okay, I'm about to hit. I'm sorry, I probably did that really fast, but I'm going to show you guys, if you guys can look for a second. We're not going to slip stitch to join. What we're going to actually do...
No, I don't like adulting, LOL.
Right? I'm going to do that last half double crochet. We're going to start doing another double. We're going to skip this chain, and our next double crochet is going to go right into the next one, and we're going to keep going. And what that's going to do is now we're going to be working in a spiral. You're never going to have to slip stitch to join.
Today, LOL.
Good for you. Good for you. And what's nice about not having to worry about counting the rows is if you guys have ever worked in a round before where you're going here, slip stitch, slip stitch. A lot of times that can create extra stitches in people's eyes, and then you have a counting issue. So you're not going to have to count. You're not going to have to do a lot of things with this. So we're going to go right into that next stitch like I said, and we're going to start row 2. And this is where once you have your first set of decreases marked, you want to use stitch markers, and it'll just help you because you're not counting, so you're going to want to just be able to check out and keep going. And those stitch markers are going to be key to allowing you to do that. So take that for what you will. And let's keep stitching. All the way around. Still half double crochets. This is all we're going to be doing for a long time. Although at the end, because the rows get smaller, it gets really exciting because they go faster. You're going to be like, oh my god, I have to decrease already. That's crazy. Or at least that's what goes on in my head. Does anyone else like have internal monologues when they stitch? What do you guys think about when you stitch? Let me know. Let me know. I need to know I'm not alone. Because my brain, whoo, you guys have seen what I say. I can't even imagine the things that get unsaid. One thing I've always challenged myself to do when I stitch, I tend to want to hold the yarn, and I'm trying to challenge myself not to, because you can actually get a better rhythm, and sometimes your stitches are more consistent the more you let the tool do your work for you. So just random tips and tricks. I know it can feel a little awkward because everything is awkward the first time, but I found that when you're in one of these types of patterns, it can really be like, oh, I have a total rhythm and I can just go as I sit there and mess up my stitch. Really good marketing, Jen. And I like to see how far I can go before I have to actually move the things. The games I play while I stitch. Please tell me someone else. Please tell me I am not the only one that thinks like this. If you guys don't make comments, I'm going to be left to my own demise, and you guys are going to get all the inside thoughts. This is not a good thing. This is not something you should hope for. Okay, I had a rhythm until it started turning on me. And you'll see we are approaching our third row. This is where we're going to start doing decreases. Okay, and how do I know I'm approaching our third row? Because you can see that small little, like, divot. That is our seam. That is our seam. That is where we've started the spiral. And that is the only, like, imperfection you guys are going to see as we keep going. So I'm going to do one more just to get into right on top of that. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Again, I told you guys this could be a little bit more scientific. No worries. What's that?
Crochet?
Okay, so we joined with a slip stitch. So do slip stitch, right sides together. Then you're going to do single crochet around. I did probably about 3 to 4 stitches for every 2 rows. Whatever naturally keeps it from being super tension, so just do a row of single crochets. Then you're going to switch to red. Once you switch to red, half double crochets around for 2 rows, but you're not going to slip stitch to join. You're going to do it in a spiral. So right here we just jumped over. And if you need help, you know I got you. And now we've done the second row. So here is I know it's not scientific, you guys could count how many stitches they are and divide it by 3 and subtract 3 stitches for your decreases, whatever you want to do. There's a mathematical way to do this. I don't have the brain for it. I never do. So here is my cheat. I'm going to create like an even-ish triangle. You guys are going to laugh when you see my technique. I really hope. Oh, I hope someone else has done this, please. And I'm going to create it looks like an even triangle, right? It looks, and I'm just going to mark that point on all 3. And those are going to be where I decrease, okay? I told you guys, this is scientific AF, okay? So here we go. Now I'm just going to keep doing half double crochets. This is my 3rd row. How do I know? 1, 2, and this is going to be my 3rd row right here. Just in case you're still getting used to seeing stitches, this is how I do things. And we're going to start continuing our spiral half double crochet all the way until that stitch marker. When we hit that stitch marker, that's when we're going to do a decrease. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know if this is the proper way to do a half double decrease. I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm sure you could probably omit a yarn over, but I'm going to just yarn over. I'm going to do it before I hit this one, just because you could also do it once you hit that one. It doesn't matter. Again, it's not super scientific. We're just spreading out the decreases. So yarn over. We're going to start the first one. I'm going to yarn over, start the second one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and pull through all 5. That is how I am decreasing. Okay? Now what I am going to do, just to mentally keep track of my decreases, is I'm going to move that stitch marker up here. So when I get to this row 3 rows ahead, when I crochet over it and I go 3 rows up, I know that's my next decrease. And we'll still do that together. So now I'm just going to continue with my half double crochets all the way across to the next one. And actually, I'm wondering if it might be better if I don't move the stitch marker. I'm going to move that back. And the only reason why, I'll explain in a second, the only reason why I'm going to move that back is because when I come around, I'm going to think I'm supposed to decrease again, and I don't want to accidentally. I'd rather just go, oh, here's my decrease row, and then 1, 2, 3, so I know go 4 rows up. So I'm actually going to leave that there, and I'm going to leave all these where they were. Sorry, forgive me. I just realized I'm not dummy proofing my system, and I told you guys I was an operations manager for years. When I have any system that is not foolproof in my head, it's a flaw. So welcome to being obsessed with efficiency. It's not a good thing. Trust me. I stress out about a lot of dumb stuff. But there you have it. I'm going to leave the stitch markers there. Do with that information what you will at home or wherever you are stitching. See some new faces there. Hi. Welcome, welcome. I teach a weekly live class every Thursday, and then we do pop-up lives every Tuesday, and we've been working on this project together for, this is our 2nd week. If you guys want to start the project, it is, oops, we're going to do our decrease right here. It is available, the first section's available on the Get Hooked playlist, and this one will be available for replay immediately after as well. Okay, I'm going to be taking this stitch, and we're going to be making the 2 are going to become 1. So yarn over again. We're going to start our half double, but we're not going to finish it. Yarn over, start our next half double, don't finish it. And now we're going to pull through all those loops. So we're leaving the stitch marker there. and we're going to keep crocheting half double crochets all the way around. But we are making a Santa hat. I know it's early, but hey, technically it's after Halloween now. I'm not committing as many sins. I know there's another select group out there that's like, oh, but it's still before Thanksgiving, and I'm sorry. But we're crafters. We have to start early.
I need to adult and do dishes now.
I don't know, Mrs. Duckman. That's a judgment call. I'm a bad influence. Don't listen to me. I think you need to stitch, but you know, that's just me. Okay, we're about to come up onto our third decrease. If there are any questions, don't hesitate to throw them in the chat. I know I got a few people stitching with me. Hopefully you guys are getting through this okay. And one more, and then we're doing our third decrease. Oop, bloop, 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 bloop. Okay. Here's our second decrease, or our third decrease. Yarn over, and we're putting it in there. Oh my god.
I didn't end them last night, and have to make supper too. But I finished my Lost Souls shawl.
Oh, nice! Okay. We're going to start the half double crochet. Sorry, I have to pick my words a lot better. We're going to start that second half double crochet, and then you're going to finish it. So the two became one, and we're going to keep crocheting over it. Mrs. Devin! Who was that one for? I can't remember. That was for someone, right? They ordered it off you or something like that? That's just such a good pattern. It was looking really pretty. And yes, we are hitting another row, but you don't have to worry about it. Oh, so it's a keeper. We don't have to worry about it because we're working in a spiral, so just keep on stitching. Do you have any fall projects planned? Or are you guys all just going straight for Christmas too? And the weird part is, in about a month, I'm going to have to start thinking Valentine's Day, or do I jump on that train? We might do a few Valentine's Day things. I mean, gotta do something, right? I don't know what I want to do. Oop, I split the yarn. Uh-oh. I started playing tricks on me. We're getting close to the point where I'm going to be letting you know what your homework is, because obviously this red section, we're going to be here for a minute, but I want to get you guys at least to a point where you can start seeing the rows and seeing where you need to do the next decrease and whatnot. And if you guys are new here, this Thursday, we are going to be working on a diagram. So if you guys want to try your hand at a very simple diagram, we'll be making some ornaments. We already did one last week, so you guys can always check that out. But we're going to be doing another one this week, and that way we can decorate our trees.
I'm too busy stitching to comment LOL.
Good! Because I know yeah, good. Good. Because you always end up with whips if you don't. And you've actually been doing good at wrapping them up lately, Letty. That's hard for us stitchers to do. And I know, we actually, I don't know, it's a small screen, but this, we just finished a circle vest, and that is going to be on my ETSY sometime this week. I actually just finished all the images for it yesterday, and I got those all imported this morning, so I should be trying to work on it tonight, assuming all goes to plan. But lately, not much is going to plan. I'm learning that you can only have so many plans, but life has got its whole own set of choices and decisions for you. Oh man, I'm starting to think I should just throw all sources of plans out the door. I am such a planner, too.
I've been on a roll, LOL.
You have been. Can she keep it? She's heating up. What do we want to do after the Santa hat? Maybe we should start talking about that. Does anyone out there have any requests? Because we're going to finish this one next Tuesday. So a week from today, we'll do the last part. And we're going to have to figure out what we want to start after that. I know we're already going to be doing that sweater. That one I'm probably going to do behind the scenes and just write the pattern for it. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole tutorial or a class on it.
I spoke to Olivia and she gave me a really good idea on how to make sleeves on that vest.
Oh, good. You'll have to let me know what you decide to do.
A stocking.
Oh, you're right. A stocking's a great idea, Grace. I need another one though too. So we can do a stocking on Tuesday. We'll have to look up some stuff. And then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do next Thursday. They had some Christmas tree projects that were kind of cute. But I don't know. I would have to go get those like styrofoam like inserts. Like in order to get it to stand up and be a Christmas tree and not just we don't need another floppy flower incident. And that's going to be my tree's going to be a floppy tree, and no. We're trying to learn from our mistakes, not go back to them.
Yes, because you can add it to your pattern and make it an option.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I can.
Yes, a tree too.
I'll have to look and see what I can find. I think they did like a bobble tree on one of them. Okay, so here's where your homework's going to start kicking in. This is where we did our last decrease, but remember, it's on the bottom. It's on the bottom of the row, not the top. So we did our decrease here. And now you've got 1, 2. This is where you're going to do your next decrease. So I'll try to show you as we go so you can get used to seeing it. But that's what you're going to be doing. Every third row, decrease 3 stitches. If you feel like your hat is getting skinny too fast, start decreasing every 4 stitches. Still do the 3 stitches every row, or every 4, every decrease row, do the 3. But you might want to slow it down, and then you'll start doing every 4 stitches instead of every 3. However, if you're having the opposite problem, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to be too long, and this is not what I want, and I want it to be shorter, you might want to start decreasing every 2 rows if you're wanting a shorter version, or you can start doing 4 stitches every 3 rows, but I don't tend to like that because I feel like it doesn't do a gradual and it feels like it goes a little bit more warpy. Why do I keep hitting my cameras? That is not a norm for me. So, any questions on how you guys are going to keep going? And the length that I did, which is a little ridiculous, but I wanted a dramatic hat. I wanted something that was like, I wanted something that nobody really like had. And I made one for my mom too, and she wears it a lot, and I can't tell you how much she gets asked. So, when I said it's a long Santa hat, it's a long Santa hat, okay? But I did 34 inches from here to here. It's about 34 inches. You may want to make it shorter. It is heavy. It can pull to the side, but I did not care because it was something no one else had, so I did it anyway. My mom was going to put elastic on it on hers, but I don't know if she ever did. Oop, almost split my yarn. But that's why I also tried to make this one tighter, and that's why I used a smaller hook than when I made that one. When I made that one, it was a J hook.
I've been busy with PT and DR visits.
Oh, well, at least you're taking care of you, Martha. How are you? How's the ankle? Alright, I think I'm getting as close to our next decrease so you guys can see and you can match it and see if it's like matching to what you guys are seeing. But first I'm going to tie a knot and show you guys how to undo it. Yay! Okay. Yes, that just happened. You're welcome. Alright, so now that we've got our 3 decreases marked, you technically don't need to do the fancy triangle action again. All we're going to do, and it doesn't have to be stupid precise, is I'm just going to aim for 2 stitches above where, remember, the stitch marker's at the bottom of the stitch, so we did decreases here. 2 regular rows. Here's our decrease row right here, so when I get to right here, I'm going to take those 2 stitches and move them. Again, it doesn't have to be super precise. If you're accidentally one over or one over here, it's not a problem. That's another great thing about this. You just don't want to forget to decrease or you're going to be making a big cylinder. And I don't think that's like a fancy hat. So I want to mark the bottom of the decrease. I'm going to move my stitch marker. I'm going to start the decrease. I'm going to crochet over that stitch marker. And then we're going to connect all those. The 2 just now became 1. And then I'm going to keep doing my half double crochet. And that way this is at the bottom of the stitch just like it was down here. So when we do our 2 rows over it, we're going to see it. And we'll do our next decrease up there. Now, again, keep going. You've got a lot of homework this week, ladies. Keep going until you reach your desired length. And if you are going for drama, like mine, that is 34 inches.
How many skeins in the 32-inch hat?
I don't think I'm going to be using... I have a pound of love over here. I'm not going to use anything remotely close. We are guessing, because I know Letty asked me the same thing, Grace. We are guessing that it's going to be about 250 yards or so. I don't think it's going to be much more. I mean, and it's all just half double crochets. So I can't imagine it would be that much, like, I can't imagine it would be anything more than that. And let's just see, just for reference, how many inches have we already crocheted? Because this is the second decrease that we're on. We're at 2 inches. So, I mean, I know that's nothing close to the 32 that we still have to do. But to give you an idea of how many decreases.
My hair lady request 1 smiling face with open mouth,
smiling face with super cute.
Mouth, smiling face with open mouth, smiling face with open mouth, smiling face with open mouth.
God bless JaneBot. They're super cute. I've seen several people make them. I've almost made one myself, but I don't need an octopus, and I don't know anyone who does. So until I come across that, I'm never going to have the luxury of making one. I will tell you, the tentacles can be kind of overwhelming.
This could also be a cute elf hat.
But that's what someone else was saying. So are you going to do it in green? You know I'm going to need to see it. Okay, I'm at my other decrease. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Yep, I am. So now I'm going to take this stitch marker. I'm going to mark my decrease. And then I'm going to do the decrease. So yarn over, insert, pull up 1. Go over that stitch marker because I want to leave it there. And then go ahead and the 2 are now 1. And we can resume with half double crochets. There we go. Alright guys, I think you have enough to continue. Now what I want you to do is get as far as you can. When you get to a place where you can no longer stitch because it's super like skinny, that's okay. I'm going to show you guys, leave it there, leave it connected. We'll do some slip stitches together. I'll show you guys how to pull it tight, and then we're going to make this.
TBH.
No worries, no worries. We got a lot of watchers. We got a lot of watchers. I know that always sounds so creepy, but I'm glad you're here. I do a pop-up live every Tuesday, which you're in, and I also do a live class every Thursday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So welcome. If you're on TikTok, I'm also over there, and I go live over there a lot too. So just different ways to get connected. Also, guys, in the top of the chat, there's a Discord link. That's what we're going to do next week. There's a Discord link at the top of the chat. It is free, but that is where we get connected with all the community and we coordinate projects. We throw around a lot of free patterns, and a lot of these lovely ladies are always requesting what we're going to do for class and stuff. So if you guys want tailored classes and really a community that works for you, like, get involved. It's free, and that link is pinned. If it expires and you guys watch this after the fact, just request a new link. I'll be happy to get it to you. So yeah, go until you can't really stitch anymore. Leave your hook on the red yarn, and then save some white, so keep white on standby because we're going to still work on this, and next week on Tuesday I'll show you how to finish up the red. We'll make the bobble. You'll need a little bit of stuffing, or if you don't want to buy polyfill because you're not doing a whole lot, I save all of my scraps. I save all of my scraps, and you can always use that. Pick a light color because we're doing white, but you can always use your yarn scraps. Yes, and if you're new here, all of my classes are saved and available for replay in the Get Hooked playlist. So, Latte, this is part 1. You're going to want to start with part 1. We did that last week, but it's available. You can watch it. And then this is, so we did part 1 last week. This is part 2. And next week we're going to wrap up with part 3. All right? Any questions before I leave you to your demise? I know I have a couple ladies that are actually actively stitching, so any last questions, let me know. And don't forget, if you missed it, Thursday, 2 o'clock, we're going to be teaching this diagram. Maybe you've never learned diagrams before, and you're like, ooh, I want to see if it's easy or not. Great time to practice.
Thank you for
Just
this.
grab some scrap yarn.
I love this hat.
And do that. Yeah, fantastic, Grace. Ah, yes! And then so this is what we're going to be working on Thursday. I will be demonstrating it, so you'll be able to, if you're like, I never want to learn patterns, I have no desire, you can always still crochet along. What's up? Oh, Shayna, you realize I'm ending, right? I'm ending. You're showing up right as I'm leaving. It's cool. You probably worked today. I got to get you guys out of your jobs. We all need to be just crocheting all day, every day. All right. I haven't gotten any questions. I'm wrapping up. My goal is to work on this pattern and try to get that pattern.
With smiling eyes, grinning face with smiling eyes, grinning face with smiling eyes, grinning face with smiling eyes.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to be trying to list that pattern.
Oh, dang,
I'm trying to point to it. There we go. That pattern later this week. I also have the circle vest and the Christmas pattern. This scarf is already now launched. I also have a tutorial on it, so if you guys missed that, that's available. And then aside from that, I think I would be trying to go live a little bit later today or tonight. One of the two. We'll see what happens. But all right, guys, I think I bought you enough time to ask any last-minute questions you have. Continue your homework, and I will see you next week if you can't make it on Thursday. So, guys, happy stitching! Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Latte, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Definitely, guys, subscribe, do all the things. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. I love teaching people how to stitch and make all the cool things. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Peace out, stitches.